everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog. And today, guys, we're going to be answering the question, should the Blue Jays extend Bo Bichette? When should we get that done? Is it the right move for the squad? Comment your thoughts down below, please. Also, today, Jays is a code for a Monkey Knife Fight. And subscribe, and like, and do all the crap. Do it all, man. All right, bro. We talk so much about Vlad. He gets all the hype all the time. Bo's right there. Bo is right there. Bo's been doing it. You look at the career numbers. They ain't that far off from Vladimir Guerrero Jr., actually. Like, they're pretty damn
for career,
close.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right,
like,
for
career numbers, like, they are pretty damn close, right? So it's like, you look at this dude. Obviously, he is part of the core. If we're going to win a ring, you feel like he's got to be on the team. Mm-hmm. Do we extend him?
Dude, I am day by day getting closer and closer to being like, yeah, we should extend him. Not only him, but and Vlad very, very soon. Because Bo is only going to get more and more expensive. More and more expensive. Like you mentioned the career numbers. Yeah, he has an 850 OPS and a 301 batting average for his career. Similar guys who were extended and offered contracts very early. One guy that pops in my mind is Alex Bregman. This was when he was 24 years old, and it was his coming into his third year.
Right.
And he had some good beginning years. Like he was touching 800 a little bit over, had some potential.
Yeah.
He was offered $100 million for 5 years, right? That's $20 million average annual value. And then what happened the next year? MVP race the year after that. He was elite, right? So you could see that like they got a steal on that potential MVP for Bregman. Bo's not going to cost $20 million if you offer right now. It's going to be closer to 25. But if you wait another year and he proves again and maybe even does better, hits more bombs, steals more bases, buddy, it's going to be closer to 30 now.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit concerned that like we might have already missed the boat, because I was looking at, like Bregman, like that seems like a steal actually, what they got on that guy. Like that seems ridiculous. But you think about what happened last year with Wander Franco coming up, he has a great year, don't get me wrong, but it's like, how many major league at bats does this guy have? Like 200, 300 max, right? Literally. It's like this guy gets basically almost guaranteed $230 million on the table right there. This is for a young kid. You look at Tatis, touching $340 million. Bo Bichette, I think he's in between those ranges right now. Like, I think we're looking at like high 200s for a long period of time, maybe 10 years. I don't know how long. Yeah. So I do see this contract already being a lot. And you are right. Like, it's going to get more. It's only going to get more, man. It's only going to get more.
If you wait even longer, he's going to be looking at like Carlos Correa and more money because he's getting, inflammation in the MLB is a real thing. People keep asking for more and more and more. Like I get more than the last guy. And if Carlos Correa is asking for more than Corey Seager, Carlos Correa, Bo Bichette's going to get even more than that if, he gets close to free agency when he's 28 years old.
Exactly, and it's like, I do think, like, if he puts up another, like, half season of elite, then I think the argument can start to be made. It's like, hey, like, I'm just like Tatis, man. Like, no problem. I'm right there, It's like, I get the production, I score over 100 runs, I get 100 RBIs, give me $300 million. Yeah. And you'd have a strong argument for that.
He does. So what do you think? Should we extend Bo Bichette? And when should we do it?
Yeah, it's very difficult, man. It's very difficult. Because right now, guys, he's got 4 years left on his contract. One of those years is for $575,000.
Yeah, 2022.
Which is goddamn really nice. It's like this guy will probably be in the MVP conversation. It's like, I kind of want to enjoy and soak up this year of $575,000. However, after that, you're going to have 3 years of arbitrations. And those arbitrations, like probably ARB2, ARB3, those aren't going to be that different than probably the average annual value that he would get anyways.
Right. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, where I was going with that was saying it's like, I do think that we probably should extend Bo Bichette because I love this guy, I have his jersey. I do want to soak up more years of cheap out of him, and it is going to be at the risk of potentially losing him, but I think the best case scenario is sign him in like a year or two, in my opinion.
Here's the thing, like you're talking about the cheapness, and let me give you something to think about. Like, yeah, we save about $8 million this year, like if we're gonna like backload his contract, but we're also gonna cost us like $50 million more if we wait. You know what I mean?
It could. These are the risks that I'm thinking about taking right now, because I do think that keeping him cheap right now, if the management goes out and does stuff, should give us the flexibility to be like World Series contenders all in right now sort of thing.
Right.
Extending him, yes, like as much as I want Bo in a freaking uniform forever, like this would be very nice. But yeah, it's like I do think we lose a little bit of that flexibility. And it also then starts the question, which we talked about on the Vlad thing.
Yes.
Well, if you extend Bo Bichette, do you need to go and immediately extend Vlad? And then it's like now you're really strapped for money if you do both of it.
And here's the thing, you kind of have to, right? Imagine being two young players growing up in the same system, coming up together. You're both stars. You're both stars in your own respective playing abilities. And Vlad gets an offer and you don't. You know what I mean? And that kind of tells Bo Bichette, like, Vlad is the guy, he's the future, I'm not the future here. And there might be some bad blood. I don't know, I'm not saying guaranteed, but there might be. Well, if you look at the Atlanta Braves, what did they do with Ozzy Albies and Acuna? Well, they stole them. They ripped them off. But they offered the contracts literally within a week within each other when the season began, I think in their second year together. So that was smart by them. They had to do it at the same time because they didn't want to pin, like, this is our star and you're not. If they're going to offer Bo a contract, they also need to offer Vlad and you know, vice versa. So
and that is part of the issue, right? Because it's not just about signing Bo too. It is that reasoning, and it's like, well, if we extend Bo, we got to extend Vlad, and then it's like, okay, like we don't really make any moves for the next 2 years or so until Ryu and some other people get off the books.
Yeah, you know? Like if they're going to offer them contracts, that has to be backloaded. Because what I mean by backloaded, for those who don't know, it's like the first few years, it's kind of like arbitration, right? It slowly creeps up, kind of like actually Fernando Tatis's contract. And then in the back half, it's like 36 million. It is a lot of money. It is a lot. So if they're going to do it and give ourselves a window that we currently have so far right now, they kind of have to do that strategy.
Yeah, I agree, man. It is a difficult question, though. And I think at the end of the day, for me, it's like, if we have to lose Bo Bichette when it comes time to lose Bo Bichette, like, that is going to be what it is. I do hope to God that we do not lose Bo and Vlad. We need to make sure that we keep at least one of them. If it's Bo that's got to go, then that is what it is. If it's Vlad that has to go, that is what it is. I want one of them. Yes, we should obviously extend Bo Bichette because he's a great player. The timing is very, very difficult, though. And seeing what the management does, like with the Chris Bryant situation, with other situations, like, these are the big questions.
Depending on what happens in free agency, guys, like, let's say they don't get Chris Bryant, like, I'm going to be expecting 2 contract offers on the tables for our young stars coming into 2022.
You know what, that's part of it too, right? It's like we don't even know what they're going to do in this thing. It's like, because my answer kind of changes. You know, if we do go out and get Chris Bryant, I'm like, okay, well, you know, it's like we can't really be doing this right now. It's like we got to wait quite a while now. If we don't get anyone at all, I'm like, fuck it, lock them down. You know,
you clearly made the choice. Lock them down.
I agree, bro. I agree.
Guys, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think about signing back Bo Bichette to a long-term extension? How much you want to offer him, and when should they do it? Let us know in those comments.
You can also check us out on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Today, Jay's is the code for Monkey 95. Hop on in there, you get some sweet deals. And also, $3 a month to become a Patreon member. You can call into the Wine Unwind. It's great. Shout out and thank you to every single one of our current Patreon members. You guys are studs. You keep the ball of the show rolling, baby.
Guys, thank you so much for watching.
Go Jays, go!